my kitchen. So today we are going to make apple dumplings. I like apples. I've got an apple theme. I have a lot of apples. I still have a lot of apples from the last time that I said I had a lot of apples. Now this is one of my grandma's recipes. Possibly my favorite dessert of all time. It's something that I grew up requesting on my birthday. Apple dumplings, the greatest thing ever. I had never seen anything like this growing up. Couldn't go anywhere to get it. It was only good at home until a couple years ago. I was in Philadelphia and they had apple dumplings. It was Amish made apple dumplings. They looked exactly like what we're going to make today. I was so excited because it was the first time I've ever seen anything outside of my home that was called an apple dumpling that looked like the apple dumplings I grew up with. I was really excited. I bought one. I tried it. And I love the Amish, but this recipe is way better than that apple dumpling I had in Philadelphia. It's super easy. There's a little bit of assembly. So we're going to start off the things we need. I use frozen pie crusts, thawed now. But the rolled up ones you can buy from the store, they're great crusts. You can use them for pies or this. They're awesome. They're really good quality. You can make your own crust if you want to. This is easy, and I like easy. So you're going to need a frozen pie crust. I'm going to use 2 apples. I'm just going to make 2 apple dumplings today. You're going to need 2 apples. They're going to be peeled and cored. And then we're going to put raisins in one of them. So we're going to need about 1/8 of a cup of raisins, just a little handful. And we need water, sugar, cinnamon, butter. Pretty simple, but we're going to get going from there. To start off this super easy recipe, we're going to take some apples. So these apples need to be cored or peeled and then cored. Now you can do it either way you want. You can peel them, then core them. In fact, I think I'm going to peel them or core them and then peel them because then I'm working with apple on the outside instead of the wet apple. So we're going to core this. You want to keep them intact. So you either go get a core from the local store. You can get a core and do that, or you can core them like this. And now to peel them. Alright, so we have 2 peeled and cored apples. So we're going to take the crust. These crusts, you want to make sure they're thawed so you can use them when you need it. So here's the thawed one. It comes right in, big roll. So you're going to unroll it a little bit. Unroll it nicely. Now, so we got the pie crust unrolled. We're going to take a little bit of flour, dust it on your surface, just so it doesn't stick. You don't have to peel it off later. And you're going to take your rolling pin and you're going to just kind of roll the dough until it's rectangular, because we're going to cut it into 2 pieces, and you want those pieces to be square. So just think as you're rolling it, roll it out enough. It doesn't need to be there's no exact process to this, but you want to get it as much as possible so you have plenty of dough when you cut it in half. So right now I've got it in a big oval. That's going to work for us. It's fine. Alright, once you get it all rolled out, you're going to take your knife and you're going to cut it in half. So you have 2 pieces of crust. Once you got those 2 pieces of crust, you're going to take your cored and peeled apples and you're going to put it into a cinnamon sugar mixture. Now, I've got a cup of sugar and a tablespoon of cinnamon into this. So that's my ratios for this. And you're going to take your apple you're going to roll it around until it gets all nicely coated with cinnamon and sugar. You're going to want to do it on the inside here. And then you're going to take that, you're going to put it right onto the piece of crust. Now I'm going to do it the other one here. Roll it around. Get everything all nice and coated up here. Inside as well. Okay. Once it's all coated, you're going to put it right onto the crust. This is where you're going to have a few options here to take. Some people, I know, they like to just leave it like that. But for this recipe today, we're going to do raisins. And it's going to be about 1/8 of a cup of raisins. It's whatever fits in the apple. So we're going to take some raisins here. And you're going to take those raisins and you're going to shove them down the apple. That's it. You're just going to fill it. Not too tight, but it's okay if you kind of pack them in. Just don't jam them. You could also put in walnuts or pecans. I would recommend, if you're going to use walnuts or pecans, you also mix them with about, take 1/8 of a cup of brown sugar and a teaspoon of cinnamon. And you take that, mix those together with the nuts, put the nuts in. It's delicious. I'm going to leave one empty. We're going to do one with raisins. So you're going to take that crust, once you have it all there, you're going to just take it and you're going to just fold it up. You're going to make it all nice and happy. Just fold it up. Nothing really special about that. But you're going to take it, and I'm going to cook this just in a simple pie pan today. Nothing fancy. We're just going to put 2 of them in. You're going to take that crust, that apple, and you're going to put the fold side down. So where all the crust is gathered at what is the top at this moment. You're going to put that at the bottom of the pan. It helps it hold it all together. All nice and okay. So we're going to take that. Super easy. So we've got 2 wrapped apples right now. Okay. Now we're going to take with that. We are going to need to get a little bit of butter. We don't need a lot, especially if you're just making 2. We're going to get just maybe about a ½ tablespoon of butter. I'm going to melt that really quick. All right, now that it's nicely melted, we're going to take it and we're going to brush the tops of our little dumplings with butter, because butter makes everything better. I have 1.5 cups of water here, and I'm going to take a cup of sugar. And I'm going to combine those 2. I've got that cup of sugar in 1.5 cups of water, and I'm just going to mix that up, and then we're going to put it in the microwave, get the sugar kind of dissolved into the water, make it a little simple syrup. Hey, time's up. In about 3.5, 4 minutes. Three and a half, 4 minutes in the microwave, and the sugar is all nice and melted. Now, I probably made a little bit more than I need for 2 apples, but when you make this, a little extra is fine. This is going to become a little syrup in the bottom. It's going to be appley and cinnamony and delicious. So it's okay if you have some extra. So we're going to take some of this, we're going to drizzle it just over the top, and we're going to just pour it into the bottom of the pan. And again, like I said, I'm not going to use all of it just because the pan here isn't going to take that. But we're going to put that in there. And then I'm going to sprinkle some cinnamon sugar on top of that after you pour that over to make sure you've got a nice coating on there. Now, I have preheated the oven to 375 degrees for about an hour until it's golden brown and delicious. Once your crust is all cooked, it's going to be fine. So we're going to put this into the oven. Now remember again, that syrup is hot. So just don't spill it. Right into the middle rack. 375, 1 hour, and when it's ready to go, it's going to be awesome. There it is. It's been about an hour. Exactly, it's been right on an hour. So, and the last 20 minutes were torture because it just smells so good. All right, and it comes out like this. 2 perfectly cooked apple dumplings. Now, you can serve this, serve it in a bowl with some milk. You can serve it with ice cream, with cream. They refrigerate great. You reheat the next morning for breakfast. But they're delicious. Again, it's my favorite dessert. I love these. I hope you really enjoy them. Take the opportunity to make them. Again, they just take a few minutes of prep, a little assembly. Really easy to make, but very, very worth any of the effort you put in. So give this recipe a try. Go nuts and make it.